What are some social norms that are fun to break? I like asking guys out instead of waiting for them to ask me. Saves us both some wasted time since neither party won't be waiting for the right moment. I go to the movies by myself and often have lunch dates where all I have to do is talk with the server then enjoy my own company. It may look lonely, but it's nice to treat yourself. Treat yourself before you beat yourself. Wish the cashier a good day before they get to say it to you. Frick man, this messes me up when I work in a gift shop. Have a good day. Oh yes, bye. Answering frankly when people ask how it's going. Not great, Bob. I like to eat at restaurants alone. I do this pretty often. Whenever wife is out of town, I'll usually go to a restaurant she doesn't like and sit down and eat lunch alone. Have a few beers watching TV at the bar. I didn't know it was weird. I'm a male knitter and I like to knit in public, and it's actually funny watching people look at you and say, "Is he knitting?" Sounds like an AA meeting. Hi everyone, I'm Paul, and I'm a male knitter. I always stand with my back towards the elevator doors and face everyone. Shake hands left and right instead of up and down. Or give them a surprise palm scratch with your index finger. Doing a full loop in a roundabout before making my turn never fails to put a smile on my face. We have 2 roundabouts straddling a bridge here in town, one on each side. It can be fun to go around one, shoot over the bridge, do a 180 on the other, come back across the bridge, rinse, repeat. Pretending to not know even the names of very well-known, recognizable celebrities whenever someone tries to talk to me about them. If you enjoy that, consider pretending you've never seen a potato. Going to the cinema alone. Bonus points if it's morning, noon and the place is empty. When I didn't work in the mornings I used to do this all the time. Being alone in the cinema. Priceless. I love doing this. Last time was to see the latest Star Trek. It was in 3D and I was completely alone in the theater. One problem. The focus was off. It felt weird to have to go ask them to fix it. Only type of movie I couldn't do like that is a comedy. I feel like my laughter is more enjoyable when I have 100 other people laughing with me. I spent around 2 years with a watch drawn on my wrist, just waiting for someone to ask me the time. Eventually, in a train station, an elderly lady asked me if I had the time. I rolled back my sleeve, looked at the crude doodle on my wrist and said 20 to 3. It was actually around 9 AM. She looked at my watch, looked at me, said great, thanks and walked off with a blank expression on her face. I still laugh about it, although I realize I'm probably alone in that. The most hilarious part is that you spent 2 years preparing that prank. If you're introducing yourself to a girl you're never met before, like at a bar party, is it normal to shake her hand? Sometimes I feel awkward doing that. That's actually really polite, and if it were me it would definitely make you score some points. No courtesy laugh at lame jokes. My name is Luke and I get the "I am your father" crap more than you think. Stopped the courtesy laugh years ago. Dead stir. They get very uncomfortable and sometimes backpedal. I enjoy their uneasiness. No exceptions. Did to a client once. Fired soon after. 10/10 would do again. I enjoy acknowledging crappy stupid statements with a hum. That's it. So satisfying. I use $2 bills. I'm sure it irritates the frick out of cashiers, but I want to get them back in circulation. Damn it. Wait until the police are called. I've read true accounts where the cashier and manager are so dumb they don't realize $2 bills are legitimate tender and call the police on the person paying with them for using counterfeit money. I sometimes say hello to strangers I pass on the street and smile. That's funny, because greeting strangers is a social norm where I live. Eating your meals courses in the reverse order. Talking to a stranger about needing a number 2, with said stranger currently having a number 2 in a public toilet. It happened to me at a pub before New Year's, and whilst I was hovering over the filthy toilet seat trying to be graceful, this piddly flipped drunk was asking if I could hurry up as he hadn't been to the toilet all week due to constipation. We had a brief conversation about bowel movements, and the part that really made it was the eye contact as I came out of the cubicle. That moment will always be treasured deeply in my heart. Story time. I am the head coach of a middle school girls basketball team, and we had a game in a neutral location last week. Social norms in the US dictate that there should be a rendition of the national anthem before the games. However, the neutral location happened to be the family center, that is, a gym of a Korean Baptist church, so no US flag was present. For some odd reason the AD decided to have the anthem sung anyways, so the whole crowd looks to the south wall, the teams, referees, fans, everyone, looking at a wall, with no flag on it, with hands over their hearts, while a girl sings the Star-Spangled Banner. One kid decided it was time to be the anarchist. He faced north, and began to loudly sing along. I couldn't help but crack up as this little 5th grade kid was the only one singing along in the opposite direction of the crowd. Everyone looking directly at him, and just, off key, belting it out. Then suddenly, he switches to the Canadian anthem, just the one "O Canada" line, and I lose it. Most hysterical anthem I've ever witnessed. That kid was a little anarchist. I recently discovered that I like to talk with my superiors, like professors or boss, like we were equal. I like to look them in the eye, smile and address them naturally, while still being professional and not going into the too informal extreme. I always had this stupid fear of talking with people with authority and always respected that unspoken norm that you should be always serious and respectful around people who are in a higher position than you. So it is a social norm that I enjoy breaking. And I saw a few positive consequences of doing so. One of them being that these people also started to smile at me more and let go of the aura of self-importance. Mismatched socks. I always freaking hated matching socks. It was like an irritation cherry atop the chore Sunday that is laundry day. So I stopped matching them. One in a while. People are like, your socks don't match, and I'm like, yep, they don't. It has zero consequences. People never bother to even take it further than pointing it out. I've saved minutes of my life this way. I've solved the matching socks problem in the laziest way possible. All my socks are identical. One color, brand, style and design. One set for winter, one shorter set for summer. Never do I ever need to match socks again. Having a long and well thought out response for when people ask, "How are you?" All you need to do is do this once. They will never ask you again. If I've got my headphones in while in public and the song is great, I like to dance a bit. Just a little extra head bopping while I walk. Some feet shuffling on the bus. Get the shoulders jigging. Certainly not abnormal. I was doing this on the bus the other day and realized people might have noticed. I looked around and noticed at least 2 other people doing the exact same thing, and no one else caring. I feel like it is a lot harder for guys to do it, but wearing clothing of the opposite gender is awesome. Once you find your men's sizing equivalent, there's no going back. Especially when you have the option of buying a $5 Pokemon men's shirt or a $25 women's one. I find wearing my girlfriend's underpants to be fun. Answering truthfully to those standard questions you're supposed to just say good to. How are you? Yeah, fine, but actually, lately it's been a bit busy, etc etc. It makes for far more conversations and people look really funny when they get a different answer than expected. A friend of mine does this even more extreme. Some stranger asked her how her New Year's Eve was and we had just spent 15 minutes talking why hers sucked so bad. To this stranger, she also answered truthfully. Not 15 minutes of course, but she just said, "Oh well, pretty crappy actually." She has this really dreamy voice, so it was pretty hilarious. It's nice to just really talk with someone instead of "yeah good." Don't make it too long though. Anyway, answering truthfully to how are yous and stuff gives better conversations. The best part is that people on their turn will also be quicker to give a truthful answer. 10/10 would advise. This is one for people using public toilets or restrooms, but who aren't using a cubicle, or come out of the cubicle and find themselves in a situation where they are alone in the restroom foyer, where the sinks are. You need a minimum of 1 person in the cubicles, but the maximum amount is infinite. Have a quick listen to see if anyone is approaching to come in, or there is any rustling etc to suggest that the occupants are about to exit their stall. Silence? Great. The Anony stage is set for you to make someone's day. You now have free reign to create whatever scenario you want. You're completely anonymous. Fill this space with whatever would make you laugh if you were sat silently laying one out. Wanna exit a cubicle? whistling, then abruptly stop, make stifled grunts and say oh geez, I wasn't done. HGGHHH. Now I am. Oh well, I guess I'm hot dogging this one all the way to Walmart for some fresh whites. Do it. Wanna stick a piece of toilet paper to your shoe, stamp your foot down near the viewpoint of the engaged cubicle, say not this time poop paper, you're staying here, before acting out a voiceless struggle, crashing into cubicles etc. Go for it. Wanna do two sides of a conversation? Hey Harry. Hey Hugh. What happened to your shoes? Harry. The force of my crap blew them off. Hugh. Don't ask how, but I think one of them is in the U-bend of the stall a few doors over. The other one came out here and I've only found the laces. Do it. Think about it. You have the chance to comically enter into someone's life. Put a smile on their face and give them something to tell their so about when they get home. Or even, dare I say it, give some terribly shy person a conversation starter for when they get back to the office. Remain anonymous and it's the perfect crime. Has no repercussions on your reputation, so long as you don't do it in your work bathroom, and can make someone's day. Try it, but get ready to run. And bear in mind, the floor can be slippy. This is great. You could give them a story they might tell for the rest of their life. Their future grandkids might grow up constantly asking grandpa tell us about the nut job in the bathroom again. Not giving a crap about work except during work hours. No, I don't want to talk about work at happy hour. No, I have nothing interesting to tell you about my office job. I don't give a flying frick about work, except between the hours I'm getting paid. Using not with that attitude as a valid comeback for everything. Instead of just ignoring runners or joggers whilst out in the car, my husband and I like to wind down the window and cheer at them as we drive past. I like holding the door open for men. Younger guys always smile really cutely and older ones usually have a moment of confusion. It's especially fun when I get a guy raised with traditional manners who argues with me and I can pull the men deserve special treatment too. Enjoy yourself. Regardless of what this thread says, do not crap in the papa. Whenever strangers approach me on the street to ask me something or ask me for something, I put my hands together like I'm praying, look them straight in the eyes, and say no thank you. Gets just the weirdest reactions all the time. Plus they leave me alone after that lol. I've just been using the standard I'm sorry, I never carry cash. This would be way more fun. When someone asks me for the time, I yank away my phone and say, no, get your own time. I always say have fun or good luck when people go to the bathroom. Hope everything comes out okay. Having a pet goat in a housing estate. I go to restaurants and movies alone. It's nice just taking yourself out and treating yourself to something. Told my sister that I do this and she was weirded out by the idea of it. Nothing wrong with being okay with yourself enough that you can do those kinds of things. Clothing. Be yourself and express who you are. At the worst people will forget you in 10 minutes and at the best you'll be a trendsetter. My mother was leaving for a family funeral. She came into my room to tell me she was leaving and I responded, have fun. She gave me a look and I quickly said, great Uncle Jim would have wanted you to have fun. I think this is a fun stigma to break. Just don't say it to the grieved party. They don't want to have fun. Stick your tongue out whenever there is a child looking at you, but their parent is facing the other direction. Always gets a good reaction, especially somewhere you have to sit, like a lecture or church or something. You have been visited by the super land shark. Comment not today to make sure he doesn't eat you. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.